We are actually posting a video in celebration of Pi Day. If you don't know, Pi Day is every year, March 14th, 3.14. And that's going up this Saturday?
Yes.
Saturday, yes. So we've posted this video that actually shows people calculating pi with real pies. And what that means is they formed a giant circle with a bunch of pies, and then a giant diameter with a bunch of pies, and then did the ratio that I hope all our viewers are very well aware of, that circumference divided by diameter equals pi. That's where it all comes from. So they divide the amount of pies that made up the circumference with the amount of pies that made up the diameter, and got something very close to the actual, well, pretty much pi. They got pi. They got pi from pi. So.
From actual pies.
Yes.
And honestly, that's really cool. You can do that with any circular object. I had my middle school students do it with a bicycle wheel, but any circular object, that's one reason why pi is so special, that if it's a circle, that it's always going to have the ratio. If you take your circumference divided by your diameter, it always equals pi. And this is just one of the really cool things about it. And then the other thing, just to kind of tell you about Pi Day, if you cut to my screen just real quick, so you can see, I was just kind of jotting down some things about pi. The number pi, 3.1415, so it's an irrational number, meaning it goes on forever, but the Pi Day is coming from this, 314, and what is so cool is that this year is 2015, so today, or this year's Pi Day is kind of like Super Pi Day. It's very, very accurate. It has our year tied into it as well, so kind of cool to know.
What time is it officially
It is
Pi Day?
okay, so if you continue pi.
If you go back to your screen here.
So go back to my screen so you can see what pi looks like. Pi is, then the next numbers are 9, 2, 6, 5, 3. And so if we want to be really specific and find out what second is pi second, we can use the rest of the digits to come up with the time of when that will actually happen. So 9, 26, so 9 o'clock and 26 minutes and 53 seconds. So that's actually very specifically your pi day and time and second.
So you can celebrate 2 times this Saturday at 9:26, 53 a.m. and p.m.
Yeah, you could do both. Absolutely.
Eat a pizza. Or
And all this talk of pi has inspired a joke in me.
Okay.
All right. What do you get when you divide the circumference of a jack-o'-lantern by its diameter?
I don't know. What do you get?
A pumpkin pie!
I love it.
That's great.
What's just so cool is that, okay, pies, circular, you could sit there and take a pizza pie and measure it and actually calculate it, and it'll work for everything.
Or your tires.
So celebrate Pi Day this week by eating a pizza or a pie or even a cake. You could do it for, as long as it's circle. But,
Pina colada?
as long as it's a circle.
Yeah, you can put it in a
long
big
as it's a
circle cup.
Yes.
There you go. Or a coconut. There you go, because that's actually
There you go.
circle. All right, great.